Now, one of the things I needed to do was I need to mark where that lands on that board up there because I'm going to move those pieces of foam so they're right in the middle. So I'm going to pull this back a little bit so I can pop up there and do that. Same thing on this side, right along that sealer seam. Oh. And like I said, that was just blind luck that I was able to find something out there that would do that. Not only that, but it was a company in my own neighborhood. All right, so got those lined up so you'd be able to push those forward right up against. Yeah. And then when you shut the tailgate, it actually comes in contact with the end pieces here and kind of crushes it into that foam a little bit. Here's a shot of the way it looks a little closer so you can see how that makes contact with that foam right there and how the tie down loops are notched. Let's see this one a little bit better. All right. All right, the next step is to the pieces that make up the anti-fallout. So we have the board up there in place, in there solid. And then part of the Amazon buy is a 6-foot dog leash. Right? So we extend that back to the board and literally screw it down to the board. And I'll pull everything in so you can see that. So the distance that this thing comes out is critical for a couple of reasons. One, when you pull the board out, you got to be able to reach the dog leash so you can unhook it so you can pull it out. The other thing is you need to be able to put the back stop in. You need to be able to reach that. So right now it's nowhere near. I mean, that's way too far to go. We said about 20 inches. About right there. So what that does is if you had a significant amount of weight just on the very back of this thing, you know, we have the anti-tips in there, but this is gonna keep it safe too, right? I mean, we had 80 pounds, like 2 bags of rock salt in here only, and it really wasn't enough to tip it. But if somebody were to sit on here or something, we wouldn't want the whole thing flipping up. So that's why we got the anti-tips in. So we're just going to go 20. I can still reach this pretty easy. And that's why I got those angle things in there. Get that. A little bit of reach, but you don't have to do it all. So we're going to call it right here, this position. All right, included with our buy were these fender washers. Remember we put one on the back of the eye bolt? We're going to use 2 of them. You need some wood screws that are short enough that they won't go all the way through the piece of wood, that 2x10. And they need to have a head big enough that they're not going to go through the hole of the fender washers you got. All right, so it's a 1.25" wood screw. These ones happen to be Phillips. All right, so it popped up in here. I got. I guess I could have switched them over, but I have a cordless drill and a impactor. So go ahead and you hook your drawer up. Now I got it set at where I want it, and I'm gonna pull this thing tight. Now this middle rib, that's the exact center of the box. So you just eyeball it and get it there, and then drill through this big ugly right over the wood, and get it nice and flat. All right, and then I'm gonna do another one as as the backup, just in case. All right. Well, that's what's holding it. So now that we got our dog leash strap on there, this the backboard sits right on it. So that was one of the advantages of doing it that way, that it could just go underneath that. All right. Then the mid stop. All right, so then imagine this thing's loaded, I don't know, 500 pounds, and you are on a decline, and you left the tailgate open and you took off. You want to make sure that this whole drawer system can't come flying out. So now, well, you can watch this thing close. All right, so I'm going to open this up, and you can see how it kind of pops back like that. That when it hits it, it's coming in contact there, and then it's pushing it, crushing it against that foam. So, it's solid in there.